Oops, undo. You're welcome to look at them, Crazy. I just kind of wanted to do something more interesting. That doesn't. I never said this deck was going to be better. I just said it would hopefully be more interesting. And that's why it's going to need a test run. So hold up, this is actually kind of expensive. I don't own all the pieces for this. For example, this is like a $10 card, isn't it? We might have to do a second stream thing. There's 6 tickets a pop. Run Mill. Nissa Worldwaker or Garrick? I have a Worldwaker. How much is the new Nissa? Nissa would be sweet. She's about 11? No, no way. We have to stay within the 100 ticket limit for the tournament. We have room for one more card. I actually do really want to test the... That seems really cool against Burn. Because honestly, the Pulse of Marasa is a 2-card combo, whereas this is a 1-card combo. It just moves something to the main. There we go. Yeah, Garrick's sweet. I'm gonna try it. It's kind of a pet card from the lands deck that I've hung on to, but I do miss the one that kept giving us 2/4s. If we trim on the mana base, we'll bring it back. So let's take this list and see if we can run it. Old Nissa or Garrick for 5. Alright, let's take the list over there. Alright, so clear. Upload. I think it's this one. Optimize. 100 tickets. We're only over a little bit. We can make that up somewhere in the future. Alright, so what do I not own? It's almost perfect. Let's do it. Yeah, I'm more focused on the combo. You'd for sure run more mana guys. Right. Well, what's nice is we found another cheap toolbox. You guys know I love toolboxes. So we need to buy Kataki. This might actually be kind of pricey. Let me go trade with Card Hoarder and see what their price is for everything. Hang on. These shouldn't be expensive. These are about 20 cents a pop. That's not bad, but we know these are almost a ticket each. So 3, 6, so 9. Safi's nothing, I'm pretty sure. Crypt Champions shouldn't be, which is really awesome. So really the only expense we still need to cover is, what? Just Kataki and Doran, and the lands? Like, that's almost right on the money. We can find 0.16 tickets to take out somewhere. Okay, so the ones they have in stock are 8 tickets. So 8 plus 9, so we're looking at about a $15 to $16 or $17. I did hit optimize already. I already hit optimize, dudes. Yeah. Play the third Carry over the Nyx Fleece. You wouldn't main deck the Nyx Fleece, just have a 2 of Nyx Fleece in the side. Okay. I guess then we wouldn't want the Dark Heart. Because I even think still 2 Nyx Fleece are going to just be better than the Dark Heart. It's a pet card of mine. But we're not really Life from the Loam or anything like that. We can main deck another Caryatid, or we could get back that really cool spell that somebody wanted me to run. Probably just the 3rd Caryatid. Cut 1 Woodland for a forest and I'm under. Okay. Can we get away with a 3rd Gavany? I've heard that's not a bad idea. Kind of a matching forest. Run Sun Titan. Wicker Bow Elder. That's the destroy target artifact or enchantment. Is that guy just sweeter than the Harmonic Sliver? Is the Wicker Bow just like a sweeter sideboard card, Overmaster, than the Harmonic? You can use this guy multiple times, right? And you can also do it multiple... Wow, that's sweet. Overmaster, heads up. Heads up, play. That seems maybe just sweeter than the Sliver. We're not really a Blink deck, anyway. We have more synergy for Persist, which is why I insist we keep in the Kitchen Finks if we can. It is really expensive, but that seems sweeter than the Harmonic. I'd still, if I'm going to keep a Sliver, I want to keep the Necrotic, but we can cut the Harmonic. Oh, it's the opposite of Persist. Never mind. Well, is that better than the Harmonic, though? This is only a one-time deal, too. Unless we have the Entity or the Necrotic. It's better because we have more ways to tutor for it than one? Okay. I agree. That's sweet. Good call. Do we need the one of Golgari Charm? This feels a little out of place. I mean, maybe it's nice to have another Pontiff effect. A second Pontiff effect. We'd have to draw it, though. What are the things we actually have to raw draw? We can't just tutor for. This. Okay, everything else is tutorable. Okay, so are these worth it? This is also tutorable. Are these 3 pieces worth it in the sideboard? They're not tutorable in any way, shape, or form. Sandstep Citadels might not be unreasonable. Yeah, they might not be. We talked about Sandsteps. What, the Golgari Charm? Yeah, it is an anti-verdict. I think that's why maybe I wanted to keep it. If somebody's going to try to jam sweepers. Like I said, I don't know what the meta's going to look like, which is kind of why I want to play a toolbox deck. I just also love toolbox, but also it gives us some flexibility in the match. We're not too binary. This is actually over here, excuse me. There we go. Powerful says, I don't think the choke is worth it. I don't really think so either. I think this is just too little too specific. I'm sure we'll run into a couple matches where we're like, man, I wish I had that choke. You don't like the choke either? Okay. I think so too. So what do we got? We've got stuff for Graveyard, Militant, Wheel and Sun. We've got stuff for Combo, Storyteller. Canonist, although the Storyteller, all it does is draws cards. And again, if we're I don't know if we have enough synergy for this thing, because if we're casting spells, which we do have some, none here, 1, 2, 3, 4, okay, 5, okay, actually we can pull this off. Albeit I'd still rather use the Canonist or the second Sculler, 90% of the time. Artifact decks, burn, big decks or black removal decks, decks that try to go wide, and then specifically artifact or enchantment removal. So maybe that goes to the Kataki. So this is kind of a form of removal. Drop Choke for Lone Missionary. This part of me still likes the Nyx Fleece. Choke is 2 tickets and not likely to be super helpful. Run Anafenza. Well, that's what we anticipate the most of, Patches. This would be a $6. This would almost be as big as the Linvala investment. I don't think it's worth it. Do we have a lot of synergy for Kin Tree Spirit? The first Anafenza is actually a lot cheaper. Do we have a lot of synergy for her? We did keep in one Finks. We did manage to keep in one Finks. Grey Alchemist is the best option. Somebody was claiming that we had an infinite loop with it plus it's not an infinite loop because you have to pay for it every time, but somebody was saying this plus Eternal Witness is basically as much life as you can pay for it. We don't have any combos, but we have synergy for the Anafenza. She's white too. Just like the Fiend Hunter, they have a huge cost. But we could maybe sideboard something. Somebody said they didn't like the main deck Sculler. That's not unreasonable. Pride Mage is specific, whereas Necrotic is able to hit anything. So what about a Pride Mage, a Kataki, and a Wicker Bow? Storyteller, Cannon, a Sculler, Cryptsop, Gogoy Charm, Dryad, Wheel, Chameleon, Fleece, maybe something instead of the Pulse. If you do Tree, you should do another Sack Outlet. We do have one. Should we run another Sack Outlet Power Fill besides Teysa? It'd be awkward because it'd have to be like we sacrifice Sphinx and then 2 other white creatures, and then those other white creatures might come back. They might not if they're not black. Like Pontiff and Sliver and Tidehauler would work with that interaction. I know. Huh. Run a Varels. I don't think it would be strong enough, Josh. So a Varels? Do we have a lot of synergy for a Varels? Okay. Give us another sacrifice engine. We're not sure about the Pulse and Marasa. Maybe I should stop worrying about having a main deck Vindicate. We should either sideboard the Sculler or the main deck Vindicate. I still want 2 Scullers in the list, but maybe we can sideboard them. Yeah. Go with the Visera instead of the Varels. This seems way spicier, though. Don't get me wrong, I mean, Scrying is awesome, too. Just run the Eiley. So we have our pick of the crop. Eiley has more synergy with Teysa since it's a white-black creature. That's a consideration. That's actually why I like the Sculler so much. Okay, we'll pick one of these other sacrifice outlets. What do you guys like? Eiley, Seer, Varels? Okay, so Eiley looks better. You guys like the Eiley?